in order for you to live your best, whole, healthy life full of possibility, resiliency, depth, presence, and power, there's no way of getting around that at some point you will need to open, look at, presence fully, and integrate all of that icky, dark, messy, chaotic stuff that we've kind of shoved in a metaphorical box and to the back of the closet of ourselves. And in my opinion, there's also no way of getting around that you will need to address integrating this stuff at the level at which it lives, which we know from the latest in Polyvagal Theory, somatic experiencing, and just science right now, that this is alive at the level of your own nervous system, right? Your own neurophysiology, right? The branches of your autonomic nervous system as governed by your limbic system, right? Deep primal structures in your brain that are separate from the higher order conscious mind, logical thinking conscious mind. So if these are truths that resonate with you, I want to commend and applaud you for wherever and however you have first started or initiated your healing and transformation journey, whether that be as an entrepreneur that is engaged a business coach, right, to have more money or to lead their team better, or as an individual who knows that they had some trauma in the past and they have gone to a psychologist or a therapist to begin to open the doors on this stuff, bring a little light to the shadow. And that said, I also want to fully acknowledge that as a somatic integration coach myself, we are living in a time where there is an explosion of both healers and coaches, right, in these transformational spaces. So this video is really geared to help you understand where and how other coaches or practitioners may facilitate you, and where the end of the impact of their facilitation may end and mine may begin for you, okay? So if you've reached some kind of what you feel like a roadblock or a plateau with your growth, or the progress towards that relationship you want, or having more abundance in your life, or, behaving or responding in a different way, or, clearing past trauma, I want to let you know you're not alone, because people end up at my practice and my website and reaching out to me constantly with this experience. And I want you to think about it this way, right? If you're an entrepreneur and you have engaged a business coach, right? Or you're just an individual and you want to have better relationships, you've engaged a relationship or intimacy coach, oftentimes, more often than not, right, these coaches or even a therapist is going to engage with you through a mindset level, right? They're going to look at things like limiting beliefs and false constructs and talk and analyze those with you, even talk and analyze non-serving behavioral patterns and try to replace thoughts or replace behaviors, form new habits through a force of will. And what this will end up doing is initiating you into the depths of your own healing and transformational work, right? Because what you're going to find is you're going to find that you've opened a door, okay, a gateway to almost your own potential, and you're beginning to see that things like mindset approaches and limiting beliefs, false constructs, and even your behaviors are fed by the deepest possible neurophysiological levels of things like core wounds, trauma, thwarted survival responses. And it's incredible that we have such a proliferation of choice right now, right, in the industry, right, for where you can start in your own initiation. And also, I want you to know that we have somatic level practices and practitioners such as myself that are here for you and ready to step in and guide you through the messy journey of integrating all the deeper layer stuff. So that you can actually make the quantum leaps and the progress you want in the areas of your life that you are most concerned about and with. And if you are thinking about exploring body-led, nervous system-led, limbic system-led healing work for the next stages in your journey, I want to give you a brief overview of how my unique framework works and what I tend to see this journey look like within 4 people that I engage directly with, okay? So first and foremost, we are working at a foundational level of building, architecting a platform of stability and security in your nervous system, okay? And if you are doing this with me remotely through Zoom, we're using a slew of really powerful, what I call rehearsal techniques, right? Using imagination and interactive guided imagery and guided somatic journeys so that we know what your triggers are and also what your safety anchors are, right? And what some of your regulating tools, images, sensations, feelings may be, yeah? So we begin to create a map of everything that's going on and ensure that before we do anything else, your body feels safe, okay? This is the first and foremost critical pillar of any transformational work, and I find is often so overlooked by coaches and even therapists and practitioners. And if you're working with me in person in Boulder, Denver, Colorado area, I lead these really deep somatic journeys in water, a guided, warm pool, like a float tank type experience, so that at the limbic level, let's say, right, your nervous system, we are repatterning it to know once again what it is to feel and inhabit safety and surrender. Okay, so then from there we get to expand and move into what I call permission invocations, okay, which is you have to be safe in the body and you have to have and feel permission to be in the body. We have to find the places in you that maybe don't feel they have the permission to be in the body and that they have to tap out of experience or run or freeze, right? So we have to give it what it has always needed so that it can be in the body, right? You can be in the body. And we have to also find and gift permission for you to move, breathe, express sound however you need, to integrate past stored trauma and experience, thwarted survival responses, and also so that you have the permission moving forward in a proactive type of strategy in the moment to integrate, right? So that more stuff that is unprocessed doesn't just get stuck and lodged in your system, right? So from here, we move into a phase which I call capacity training. So we actually begin to challenge the system a little bit, okay? We begin to increase your ability to present sensation, to sit with, be, process all of the actual felt sense of all of the maybe past things that happened, that you went through, that you just really didn't fully digest, okay? And we are also training your ability. This is where we're actually doing the somatic expressions and explorations, right? For you to move, sound, breathe, and have someone be there with you while you are doing that, while we bring your nervous system kind of continually over and over again out of and back from a dysregulated state to a regulated place, okay? So these first 3 phases really fall into a generalized category and grouping of orienting to self and orienting to environment, right? Orienting to structure around you and kind of proprioceptive type of explorations. And they're all really, really critical first stages of your healing and transformation. And as a final stage, right, and I'm gonna do another video on this, but according to Polyvagal Theory, this kind of last branch of or aspect of a branch of your autonomic nervous system that comes back online once we return to a regulated place, is this sort of emotional and social connection system, right? So this is where the messy relapse can occur, because a lot of our core wounding happened in relation and connection with others. And paradoxically, or sensically, of course, where our deepest healing is going to occur, the final healing and resolution is always also exactly where the core wounding happened, which means in connection with others, we have to now begin to challenge the system to, in real time, in the real world, not just the containers of safety that we set, apply the regulating tools, right? And begin to open outwards, welcome, connect with others, try, and beginning to bring that part of your system back online is really like the final stage in enacting whatever shift or goal it was that we set out upon on our journey together. So I really hope that gives you a framework and an understanding of what I do and how I may fit into what seems like a highly overcrowded or saturated market full of coaches and healers. And if you're interested in exploring further with me, if you have questions, please reach out. I just really want you to know that I am here. You are not alone. You are incredible. Every part of you makes sense. And I would love to help you reclaim your ability to be your own medicine, right? Because I'm a short-term player in this whole business, right? My goal is to find the minimum effective dose of me that we need in this equation for you to just get off and soaring, okay? So thank you so much for being here with me, and I am wishing you nothing but the best on all of your journeys ahead.